Hey, bonjour everyone. I'm Ray Cornelius, Professor Cornelius, the professor for French 1120 French 1 online. Just want to go over some things today with you to assure your success in the class. So what we're first going to do is I'm going to take you through a document. I'll just kind of point it out, successful maneuvering through the class. Okay. Please, number one, you have to know where you are. So there are several locations of this course. One is in this Falcon Online shell where you are now. You're going to be able to, and let me bring that up. So you're going to be able to see the course. I will be posting this announcement here, but most of you have taken an online course. If you have not taken an online course, call me. Really, there are things that we really need to talk about. So you know how to go around here. I try to put everything in the calendar. I'm going to show you the schedule in just a minute. But in the content area, I put a lot of things in. The getting started is this document that I'm doing, showing you now. The online, we're going to look at the other ones in a minute, and then the unit. Unit 1 is up. I've got the other units, but I'm going to be opening them. I want to tweak them a little bit. Okay, so number 1, know your way around. There are going to be 5 units, and I'll be talking about that, but this is where you need to be. So in the success, go read the syllabus, pay attention to the grades, the structure, the weights, and I'll talk about that a little bit as well. The scheduling, I put all the dates in there. It's very, very minutieux, on dit en français. So it's very down to the lowest common denominator. There are department videos that you will see from the Falcon Online. We do not have cognate discussions, so I will take that out. I'm going to have you do cognate discussions, but they won't be for a grade. There are graded cultural discussions and encounters, and you'll see those. There are assignments in FOL. They used to be Dropbox. They're called assignments now. So there's dictations, translations, interview, and writing. Each of the 5 lessons has those. So there are 2 graded. The assignments are graded in FOL. At the publisher side, online, there are exercises and lesson tests that are graded, okay? So in the Falcon Online, quite a bit there. The publisher site is the VHL site. And if you click on this, I already have it up, but if you click on this, well, give me a moment here. Wow. This was going to be a lot. This was going to be, here we go. If you click on it, it'll look something like this. Here's what I want you to know. When you register for the online class, it has nothing to do with the college. It is a separate website. It's called, this publisher calls it the super site. You have a hot link to it. You register. If you're not buying your book through the bookstore, and you're buying it online, and that's absolutely fine, make sure you get the web enhanced super site, because we're using a lot. What I would suggest you do for the Promenade, the publisher, our book is Promenade. When you start doing the graded work online, go to activities and start with context, which is the vocabulary. There you'll have due dates, and you'll see you have quite a bit. There's about 5-6 hours for each lesson. Each lesson is about a week and a half. But remember, you're in a 4-hour course. All this is part and parcel. You should have planned to spend about 90 hours for the term. You probably won't spend that much. And if you do the work very well, as I suggest, it really won't take you as long as the publisher says it will. But you're going to do context, roman photo. The lecture culturelle will be done more through the discussions. Flash culture culture is also assigned. The structures, and in fact, let me back up. The context is vocabulary. That's the largest part of the graded work. I mean, the exams, the dictation, translation, interviews and writing, and the final exam will come mostly from context and structure. All right, so make sure you're doing a good job there. I've given you lots of hints. Culture is worth 30% of your grade. Okay, so all of this work here, context and structures, builds all of that. So I've done that for you all. Okay. All right, so back here, that's where you'll see I've given you a lot of background rubrics and all of that. So let me get back to this successful maneuvering. So the Falcon Online, publish your site, be comfortable with it, register for it. And then, so we've got the Falcon Online publisher site and your study area. Try and study in the same area. You should open your textbook, start with context, take notes, then go to the structures. And I should have put that second, but that's how these are in order. Do context first and structure. Do those together. Context and structure, one after the other. The roman photo, use that as a review. You will notice that I only give you one little assignment on that. You look at it, listen to it, try and listen to it without the subtitles. Play around with that. That's a very good review tool. The lecture culturelle, that will be done mostly, you'll read it in the book and online, but you'll explain your reaction to it in the discussion area. You should keep a notebook. You should take notes while you're looking at department videos and the publisher tutorials. Let me go back to the units 1. Here are the structural videos, the lectures I'm talking about, okay? So that's where those will be. This is a video on La Bise, which you will watch as part of your first cultural, okay? The fourth area is my office. Comment or tutorial times. I will be glad to set up study sessions with you. Someone in the class normally takes that on and acts as a go-between me and everybody. But folks, I'm here for you, so I will come in. I'll make myself available, but please do that. We also have tutors at Daytona. I'm in DeLand, but we have tutors at Daytona as well. Finally, the last place will be the face-to-face proctored final exam, which you must acknowledge by September 2nd at noon. If you cannot make it to the DeLand campus at this time, you may go to any accredited college assessment center by the previous Friday. There usually is a cost. Let's say you were at Tallahassee Community College. You would go, or you lived in Tallahassee, I've had students there before, you go to TCC, their assessment center, you send me their contact information in an email, I will verify that that's where you're going, you schedule it, I send them the test, you go in for the final, you take it, they send it back to me, it's very, very easy, okay? Alrighty, so that's getting through the class. The syllabus is a very important document. I don't want to give you whiplash here. Please read the syllabus, folks. It's for you. I spent a lot of time on it. These are my office hours, but just call if you need help, because I really am here for you and want you to take advantage of it. This is beginning level French. You should know nothing. If you're a native speaker, you're welcome, but we're doing introductory level French. Everything graded in your assignments and in FOL, the dictation, all of interview, writing, translations, all of the vocabulary must come from the context and all of the structures must come from the book. You will get 0 credit for anything outside of that. So make sure you're learning from the book. There are no translators, online translators, and that it doesn't work, okay? So do what we're doing. Each lesson has 4 basic structures, sometimes 5. It's very, very doable and defined. We are using the Promenade textbook. You probably don't actually need a book. We have if you get the SuperSite Plus, which is what you need, there's a v-text. I like a book. I like having it opened. I like writing in it. I'm a pretty successful student, so I tell you what works for me. I've also done a lot of work with how people learn, how the brain learns, and I'll be sharing those with you. You really need a good high quality microphone because you're going to be, and speaker, you're going to be listening, but you're also going to be speaking. Okay, there's the other Vista Higher Learning. I've tried to put it everywhere. Here is what you're going to be graded on. Culture discussions and cultural encounter, 30% of your grade. That is, you should be getting 30% of your grade. All that's up to you. We'll talk more about it, but there are rubrics for that. And guidelines. The assignments in FOL, those are the dictation, interview, translations, and writing, 15%. So each lesson is only 3%. I'm trying to build you up for that final exam where you're going to have to show me that you've mastered a lot of things and you have time to build on that, so you're not going to be penalized for learning. The Promenade Supersite, that's the VHL publisher, 15%. By the way, you're going to have 50% homework, and then the lesson test is 50%. So again, you have a lot of practice time before you go in to take the test. And then you're going to have a face-to-face proctored exam, which is 40% of your test. That is for you. It is in a written format, and we'll talk about that more and more. By the way, around midterm, after maybe lesson 2, maybe 3, but certainly before the withdrawal date, I am going to give you a practice midterm. You'll send it in, I'll grade it and send it, or assess it, correct it and send it back so you know what to be looking for. Okay, remember this is French 1, level 1. In our department, we do not award D grades in level 1. You must have a C to pass. So 0 to 69 is an F. 69 point plus anything is going to go to a C. And we don't play around with those grades, folks. So we're very generous, but you have to do that work because we don't want to send you to a level 2 language and you not be successful. Okay, so that's the syllabus in a nutshell. Please read it over. Okay, do not be frightened from the schedule. This is an online class, so I really put everything down. I mean, right down the line so that there's no, as little misunderstanding as possible. Please read it carefully. By noon Friday, this Friday, you have to introduce yourself in the discussion area. You have to contact your assigned study partner. I'm going to do that Monday morning. I will be sending out your study partner. I'm going to be sending you emails and you'll have to respond back to me. You have to register for my Promenade online course and check out the website. Again, go through the activities because you'll be able to control it more. If you go how it's ordered, I just don't like it. I like doing the context, the structure, then the roman, photo, the video as a review, and then the culture you can do according to how it's assigned. By the way, Culture 1A, the post is due by Friday at noon as well. I want to get you into this. We don't have time to play around, okay? Remember, there's a post date and a reply date. Please post as early as you can on these so that your colleagues have time to reply. Remember to watch videos as you're doing the structures. You'll do context, then structures, and then that's how the cycle runs. I've got you on 1.5 week cycles, and then and I give you communicative hints each time. Read those because a lot of those will reappear on the final. I'm going to prepare you for the final, but you have to work. I'll work hard, but you're going to need to work hard too, okay? And not out of this world, but I mean for a 4-hour credit class, okay? And then finally, oh, hold on, I wanted to stop here. The last thing for each assignment, for each lesson is the Florida Online assignments, and they will be due at the 18th of September. They are due the last day of the cycle. I'm almost out of time here, so look at the dates. Please go through and put your dates in your calendar, and you should do all right. I'll be communicating with you a lot, and I wish you très très bonne chance ce semestre. Très bonjour.